Hello everyone, my name is Harsh Maur of class 12th B from Oxford Public School. Today, me and my group members will be going to explain on the topic Principles of Management.
Following are the name of members in this group: Harsh, Jatin, Kaif, Zaid, Fardeen, Saqib.
Principles of management. Principles are the fundamental truth based on cause and effective relationship. Management is a process of getting work done with the aim of achieving the goals of an organization in an effective and efficient manner. And principles of management are the guidelines for taking management decisions. They are the general premises that are applicable in different situations and may vary in terms of applicability and creativity of different managers.
We are going to learn 14 Principles of Management by Henry. Introduction. A principle refers to a fundamental truth. It establishes cause and effect relationship between two or more variables under given situation. They serve as a guide to thought and action. 14 Principles of Management described by Henry Fayol. Now let's discuss some important points of these principles. Division of labor stressed on the specialization of jobs. Work of all kinds must be divided and allotted to various persons. Simpler and results in efficiency helps the individual in acquiring speed, accuracy in his performance. Specialization leads to efficiency and economy in spheres of business. Party of authority and responsibility. Coexisting authority is given to a person, he should also be made responsible. He should also have concerned authority if anyone is made responsible. Authority refers to the right of superiors. Responsibility means obligation for the performance of the job assigned. Principle of one boss. A subordinate should receive orders and be accountable to only boss at a time. A subordinate should not receive instructions from more than one person. Unity of direction. One head, one plan. Related activities should be grouped together. Efforts of all the members of the organization should be directed towards common goal. Without unity of direction, unity of action cannot be achieved. Unity of command is not possible without unity of direction. Concerned with proper and systematic arrangement of things and people. Arrangement of things is called material order. Discipline. Sincerity, obedience, respect of authority and observance of rules and regulations of the entire enterprise. Subordinates should respect their superior and obey their order.
Equity. Equity focuses on treating each employee fairly and equally. According to the principle, all employees should be equal in the eyes of management. Initiative. Initiative implies that the workers should be given enough motivation and incentive to work. They should be inspired to come up with the suggestion regarding their work. Fair remuneration. Compensation should be fair and just to both the employees and the management. This implies that the employees should get fair wages and salary which will help them to enjoy reasonable and decent standard of living. Stability of tenure. Stability means the management should follow a rigorous procedure for the selection of potential candidate and should work toward retaining employees for maximum period. Scalar chain. Scalar chain refer to a predefined formal path of authority and communication in order of the highest to the lowest. Every individual in the organization follows the chain of authority for the communication. Subordinate of individual interest to the general interest. This principle states that general interest is superior to the individual interest and the manager must try to integrate the individual goal with the organization goal in such a manner so that both the objectives are accomplished with the efficiency and effectiveness. Spirit the Corps. Spirit the Corps is a concept that recommends that all the employees should work in a unity with one another. Centralization and decentralization. Centralization refers to the consolidation of power authority in one or few hands. Decentralization refers to the delegation of authority to more than one level.
Frederick Winslow Taylor. He was an American mechanical engineer. He wanted to improve industrial efficiency. He introduced the term scientific management or Taylorism in 1911. Principles are based on improving the conditions of the floor level workers. Principles of scientific management: science not rule of thumb, harmony not discord, cooperation not individualism, and personal development. First, science not rule of thumb. Taylor believed that there was only one best method to maximize efficiency. He suggested to investigate and study the traditional methods, identify the best methods, and develop standards accordingly to improve the working efficiency and productivity. Second, harmony not discord. Taylor emphasized that there should be complete harmony between the management and workers. Both should realize that each one is important. Sharing of gains between management and workers leading to complete harmony. Third, cooperation not individualism. Cooperation among the managers and the workers is stressed rather than their individual interests. The manager should take care of the workers, and similarly the workers should work willingly, making their best contribution to the company. Extension of the principle harmony not discord. Fourth, personal development. Personal development aims at improving the capabilities of the employees to the maximum. This will in turn enhance the overall efficiency of the organization, as it depends on the individual competency.
Techniques of scientific management. Number 1. Functional foremanship. It refers to the technique in which 8 people are employed to perform the functions of a foreman. Taylor introduced this technique to improve the efficiency of the foreman. Now, under planning in charge. Number 1. Instruction card clerk, to give instructions to the workers. Route clerk, to show the route of production. Time and cost clerk, to take care of the time taken and the cost involved in the production. Disciplinarian, to ensure that discipline is maintained. Now, under production in charge. Speed boss, to ensure the timely completion of tasks. Gang boss, to keep the machines and tools ready for use by the workers. Repair boss, to ensure that the machines work properly. Inspector, to control the quality of the work done. Now the other techniques are method study, focuses on finding out the best possible method of completing a task. Motion study, it refers to the study of motion or movement of a worker involved in a given task. Time study, it emphasizes setting a standard time limit for completing a particular job. The time taken for the completing job is measured for setting the standard time limit. Fatigue study, it studies the requirement of rest or a break while performing a task. Differential piece wage system. Under this technique, wages are decided according to set standard. The workers who perform better than the set standards get higher wages than the workers who perform below the standards. Standardization of work. It implies setting milestones or benchmarks for any work or activity. It aims at establishing standards of excellence against which actual performance can be measured. Simplification of work. It involves elimination unnecessary diversification in the production. It aims at fuller utilization of the resources, reducing the inventories and increasing the turnover. It also helps in reducing the cost of labor and machines.
Nature of principle of management. There are 7 features of principle of management. First, universally applicable. Management principle can be applied anywhere and everywhere by all the type of organization irrespective of their size, nature and region. Second, guideline. Management principle act as guideline and considered to be the general premises for decision making. However, they do not provide straight-jacket solution to the problem. Third, behavioral in nature. Management principles aim at influencing the behavior of individual and their applicability vary as per human nature. Fourth, formed by experimentation. The principles of management are formed by experience and collective wisdom of manager as well as experimentation. Fifth, flexible. Management principles are not rigid. They are flexible enough to be used and moduled by the manager as per the need of the situation. Sixth, indicative of cause-effect relationship. As management principles are based on year of experimentation conducted in a similar situation, they provide a definite relationship between cause and effect. Seventh, contingent. Management principles are contingent as they can be used in different situations depending upon the nature of manager and the requirement of the situation.
Significance of management principles. The principles of management derive their significance from their utility. They provide useful insights to managerial behavior and influence managerial practices. Managers may apply these principles to fulfill their tasks and responsibilities. Principles guide managers in taking and implementing decisions. The significance of principles of management can be derived from their utility, which can be understood from the following points. Now, let's discuss all the points in detail. First point, providing managers with useful insights into reality. Management principles guide managers to take right decisions at right time by improving their knowledge, ability, and understanding of various managerial situations and circumstances. Second point, optimum utilization of resources and effective administration. Management principles facilitate optimum use of resources by coordinating the physical, financial, and human resources. They also help in better administration by discouraging personal prejudices and adopting an objective approach. Third point, scientific decisions. Decisions based on management principles tend to be more realistic, balanced, and free from personal bias. Fourth point, meeting the changing environmental requirements. Management principles provide an effective and dynamic leadership and help the organization to implement the changes. Fifth point, fulfilling social responsibility. Principles of management not only help in achieving organizational goals but also guide managers in performing social responsibilities. Example, equity and fair remuneration. Sixth point, management training, education, and research. Management principles are helpful in identifying the areas in which existing and future managers should be trained. They also provide the basis for future research.